World. Good morning. Oops, here. Beep, beep. Okay. Well, I'm a bit chilly, but other than that, spirits are high. I'm still completely obsessed with Yanya. I just saw her climb the world's tallest chimney, I think in Poland. The first attempt took 11 hours. It's up in the clouds. It's terrifying. As I saw a lot of people comment, they were like, I once attempted to paint the windowsill on my house and froze in fear, like on an 8-foot ladder. That's me. I'm good up until a certain height. This is what I mean, guys. With our technology, we literally get to witness all the masters of the world. It's incredible. And then, side note, guess who is on Amy Poehler's podcast yesterday? My also other truest love, Mariska Hargitay. Law and Order SVU. Can't even talk about it. I love her so much. Ooh, anyway, it's been good. How's everyone? Let's have a sip of tea about it. Okay. What cards? You know what? Let's stick with a little bit of moon, a little bit of animal. Can't hurt. We'll get a little bit of a shuff going here. Yeah. Just remember, nothing is impossible. This is what I mean about thinking about, like really stepping outside to think about all, especially with technology, we have access to all kinds of information that we never had access to. We get to witness, and it's all a demonstration to literally be like, nothing is impossible. Like, I can't imagine going out of my way to look for something like that to climb. Yeah, the first attempt, 11 hours, in the cold, in the dark, thousands of feet up. And then the next day they did it because they wanted to do it in a faster time, and they did. This is what I mean. There's nothing you cannot do. Okay, let's call them those crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you're working and praying with, other than the devil, old Debbie Devil. Okay, well, Grandmama, get in here. Self-love. Hey, and it's the number 6, ruled by the lovers. Exactly. Love yourself. Uh-oh, we got a sweaty back on the bottom here. Okay, and it's 34, which equals 7, so there's kind of a succession here. I'm not gonna take it, but we're seeing a bit of a theme. Some self-love. I didn't say it, the cards did, don't get mad at me. And hunger. Okay. Collective. Okay, I'm not trying to sound crass, but there's on Instagram, there is a channel called like VHS Dating, something to the effect, and it's old VHS tapes of people's like dating profiles, and I don't know if it was like the newest one that they just put out, but I always go to the comments to see what people say. And this one woman was like, it was so funny, it was the exact way she said it, was so succinct, but something to the effect of like, I think, ladies, we can all collectively agree that she was ovulating when she made this tape. So that's what I'm hearing right now with all that like self-love, the sweaty back, the hunger. Someone might be ovulating, no judgment here, but I'm thinking you just might want to be careful. You might make some choices you wouldn't make otherwise. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, resistance, but look, 25 to the 7. But on the bottom, is blossoming, which is 33 back to the 6. Okay. So self-love, resistance, excuse me. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna take the blossoming, I'm just seeing this like, okay. So what's after resistance? Oh, resilience. From resistance to resilience. Yeah, what is like a burden to others, like going back to this climbing. Yeah, like, oh guys, seriously, treat yourself. If you want to just, it's just so captivating. And as you can see, like there's so many people who are like, I was never into climbing. I saw Yanya win gold again. And then like, and it's like with Portia Woodman and the rugby, like normally I was not into rugby until I literally saw Portia Woodman in a clip, and I was like, what? I gotta know. Okay, let's get 3 more. I'm into this. Okay, so we have self-love, resistance to resilience. Yes, kiss a grandmama. What's going underneath self-love? Attraction. And now it equals 8. Now, this one technically is 3, but okay. And it's a supermoon too. Okay, so big time attraction. Okay. To realization, and it's interesting, like the resistance to resilience, it's like the 2 R's. Now we have another R. Realization. And it's kind of funny because, to be honest, Yanya is like, she's from Slovenia, but her hair is naturally that blonde. And then I'm seeing this person. And resilience equals 3, and that equals 3. Okay, last card, Grandma. Action, and it equals 6. Okay, so like, we have 2 6s. No, 2 3s. But 2 3s equals 6. The resilience and the realization. Self-love. Sorry guys, sometimes I just never know where Spirit's trying to take me here. Okay. Interesting. Now, this has like a big flower kind of look. Action. So we see resistance, resilience, realization to action. Interesting. Hey, and this is like really like the new moon, which is what we're in right now. Well, the way that it reads, it's like self-love to resistance to resilience, with attraction underneath self-love, realization under resistance, and action. Realization under resistance, yeah, and action under resilience. No matter which way I read it, it's really beautiful, because you see the resistance, and whether that's in total regard to self-love, just like with any of these people that I've mentioned, it doesn't matter what category. It's about sticking to something. And if you look at the resistance though, because again, I keep thinking about rock climbing. Yeah, because like, look, the fist is way up in the sky with these birds, just like with like Yanya climbing. These just literally, it's It should be impossible. And then I watched another documentary about these Peruvian cliff climbers. What do they get? Is it mollusk? They get some kind of seafood, all this type of seafood. If you saw how they had to get down these cliffs, this is where I'm like, the human spirit is completely indomitable. Like, let me just be the first to say, there's nothing you cannot do. Like, truly, there's nothing you cannot do. But like, hey, what's on her thumb? It's a ladybird or a ladybug. And see, that's a French manicure. Her nails are looking beautiful. So the resistance is really, oh, the resistance is manicured. Oh, interesting. You're resisting your own great heights. And when I heard manicured, it's like manufactured. And really, self-belief is self-love, in a sense. Loving yourself to know that, like, is it gonna take great effort? Absolutely. Like, let's not, you know, like, none of these people got to where they are, you know, and you gotta eat shit along the way. I don't care if you're a skateboarder. Again, that's another thing. Skateboarding, and if your kids are into skateboarding and you're like, it's gonna lead to crime. No. Think about it this way, as a professional sport. Go watch them. Do you know what kind of courage and strength it takes to do a trick over and over again where you're eating shit? You're doing things that look, A, physically impossible, but like the scare factor, oh my God. Yeah, you're resisting your own great heights. But what we see though is that you're resilient. You're still gonna keep going. You're gonna keep going. Because it is like an attraction. I was just thinking about it because I was just watching Yanya, finishing that little documentary right before I started this. You have to have a magnetic pull to do something like that. It has to be all-encompassing. So there's something here. You get the realization, and then you take action. Again, going back to this idea of you're unfolding, you're blooming, you're flourishing, and it's under a full moon. Yes. I'm so excited. Okay. Well, let's get out. Every little thing you do is magic. Okay, let's get chuffy. Okay. So Grandma, we're seeing a theme here. We are seeing a theme. What does collective, so where are we starting the story? Because we're seeing this self-love, there's resistance, there's resilience. It's like a real hero story here. And the moon. Yeah, and we have all of this moon energy. Oh, look at this. Okay, look at the card. Look at this. Okay, see the direction? Also, we got big fatty moon here. But your first two cards. This one, oh, come on, cards. Around. Look at the direction, and this is how it was on the table. First card, second card. Yeah, two halves of the same moon. And see, because they're facing away of each other, but if you were to put them the other way, that's what makes the whole, instead of going the other way. Okay, you see what I'm saying. And going back to the idea of like wild versus domesticated. And we did see the hunger with the old sweaty back. the attraction. It is a hunger. It's a magnetism. And we all have our domesticated side and our wild side, you know? We walk that path with them. Okay. Yeah, we got some very moony vibes here. Okay. Which card is it? No, okay, I don't like that. That's too many. I don't want to pick like that. Okay. What's the next card? Oh, the Three of Swords. And see, the seagull is like falling. That's part of that eating shit. Whether you're falling from great heights because you've just like missed a hold and then you fall a little bit, which is also terrifying. I don't care if you're roped in. That's terrifying. Yeah, like the fallen bird. Okay, so you've taken a bit of a fall, whether that's metaphorically, symbolically, like all the things, or literally, you've taken a fall, and it hurts. Okay, so I think that's part of that resistance. Yes, okay, here. We have to sort the cards a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna push everyone back, gonna make some space. You go over here, yes, okay. Okay. So let's go like this. Okay, now that's better. Oops. You go there. You go there. I'm hearing that song, Great Heights. Oh, I can hear part of it. Something about waving from great heights, come down now. It's a great song. It's a great song to dance to. If you know it, you know it. No, I just want one. Can I just have one, please? Okay, so what's the card going next? What's the story here? Ooh, the Apprentice of Cups. And that's going underneath. Here, I'm gonna push this to the side here. Underneath, like, resilience, action. You're this, like, little baby calf. You're a baby calf up in the nighttime sky with these white floofy clouds and, like, some kind of portal here. Oh, but we saw, look at that, a little portal up in the sky, but what do we have here? That realization. And with that Apprentice of Cups, which is the page, I see that as that self-love, but it's baby. I think it's about learning to be soft with yourself, right? Because isn't it so true, like when people point out like your internal dialogue, like would you ever talk to a child, an animal, or anyone else, but especially like a child, like the way that you talk to yourself sometimes? No. So maybe you're having this realization also. It's like, yeah, how you talk to yourself. Again, that's self-love. Okay. Okay, so what's going on underneath the moon? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been working at this for a while. Isn't that always the case with self-love? Yeah. And what's interesting though is that all of this, oh yeah, the manufactured or manicured. There's something here about like wild and domesticated, manicured and manufactured versus like the wilderness. It's like you're trying to manufacture self-love, or we're gonna run with it for a sec, we'll untangle it. But see how there's not any color, and it's going underneath the moon, and the moon in this one is also black and white. So you're really approaching this kind of emotional landscape in a very black and white way. Whereas really, when we look in these cards, look at how much color there is. You know, there is some black and white for sure, but like all of these cards, it's like, it's a full spectrum. Okay. But just like anything, you keep working at it, right? That's all being masterful is you just keep going. No, thank you. Okay, so what's going underneath the Three of Swords? Did you break your own heart? Ooh, the King of Wands. Yeah. Okay, what's next? The Four of Cups. Ooh, did a King of Wands break your heart? I'm hearing some grinding out there. Oh, is this part of that internalizing that happens for us? I put myself in this box too. Not as recent, but like, yeah, usually our first go-to in a heartbreak is we really internalize it immediately. Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And so again, going to this black and white, there's no middle ground. It's like full or empty, or the fuck it's, where you're like, you know what, fuck it, and you just like spill it out. Okay, so what's going underneath the Seven of Pentacles? The Seven of Cups. Ooh, and this is all Snake Town. There's not a lot of options here. It's either you can choose that snake, that snake, that snake, or that snake. Or the pale snake. Oof. The 7 to the 7. Oh, and that's a big cobra. They all look like they're highly poisonous. I'm no snake expert here, but I'd be willing to bet it's poisonous. Okay. Yeah, so you're working on some... I don't love the word toxic, but it is the word that's kind of come up here. But we want to be a bit more gentle. There's some behaviors and probably belief systems around yourself that are not as accurate. And so this is what you're working on. And I can see that you've been working on it like a while. Like, it never ends. We're always working on it. But here's the thing. For my younger crowd, and this is what was so great about listening to Mariska talk, because she's in her 60s now, still a smoke show. Oh my god, what a babe. Aquarius Dragon, P.S. But it's so true. Your 20s, shit show. You hit your 30s and you're like, oh, I'm kind of maybe getting an idea of like, it's just like every new, like, it's a new climbing block of also comfortability in your own skin. 30s is still a bit awkward and dicey and painful because you're starting to call the herd. You're starting to realize what your time is worth, you know? But it's still a little bit, it's dicey. But then, I'm telling you, your 40s, and you hear it from the people who go ahead of you. You're like, your 40s are gonna be so much better, trust me, don't fear it. And then, but what Mariska was saying, she's like, oh God, you hit your 40s, you're striding. You hit your 50s, and you think, wow, I've really arrived. 60s, apparently like 60s, so like, I believe it. And you know what, 40s, yeah, because you start giving zero fucks. You start to see the truth of not only yourself, but other people. You start to recognize the toxic patterns of yourself and other people, and you just start to address it. You know, again, take an action. And see, in the Resilience card, she's past facing. So that burden, and it usually is, it's like burdens of the past, you know? And just like Marie Kondo, again, you start to, you clean house. You're calling the herd externally, but you're also, yeah, Marie Kondo on the inside, where you're like, does this bring me joy? Does this belief system around myself bring me joy? No? Toss it. Okay, but who? Okay, so, but I also see this King of Wands as part of the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's giving serpentine. Serpentine is cold. She's cold. Okay, who is this King of Swords? Or, ooh, I said King of Swords. I always put those, mix those two up, the King of Wands, or the Wands and the Swords. Okay, sorry, who is this King of Wands? Page of Swords. Somebody watching. Yeah, he looks like a little watcher, doesn't he? I can't tell if he's creepy yet. We'll find out. Someone's watching you. Okay, so you're heartbroken. Someone's watching. Okay, so what's going underneath the Four of Cups? The Champion of Swords. Oh god, and look, this is the one that I always think he has thin skin over his eyes, but it's not. It's his skull. His skull's on the outside. Not practical. Yeah, like he's trying to peacock, but it's like, my guy, maybe we should worry a little bit less about this and worry a little bit like, what's going on here? How the fuck did your skull get on the outside of your face? There's a lot happening in this card. There's diamonds. There's skulls on the outside. Ooh. Okay, so it is a communication technically, because this would be the Knight. So someone's watching. The skull's on the outside. What does that mean? Well, the support is on the outside, right? Because that's what literally is keeping your face, like all the things. So if it's on the outside. Okay. I need to clarify. I need to clarify right now. Let's continue with this deck. Okay. So, hold on, I'm going to put these like this so I can see them. Well, going back to the Seven of Cups, for some of you, part of this toxic, there might be some substance use here that may not be serving. It doesn't have to be for everyone. Just take it if it resonates. Only you will know. If you get a little bit about it, you might want to just, usually your reaction, there's something in there if there's a reaction. There's just a way of coping and seeing yourself, but it's also kind of leading. Like, I see you getting out of this, but this is in your current energy, so it's something you're still grappling with. Just like Yanya on that first climb, it took way longer than they expected, 11 hours. Oh god, can you imagine being thousands of feet up in the air with just a couple little those like shitty snack bars and like the goop that you suck on, and you're cold, and you probably have to like pinch a deuce and like go pee, and you have to do it in a bag with like camera crews all around. Ugh. But then you do it the next day, and you do it in like record time. It was like easy breezy. That's the thing, it's always longest and hardest the first time around, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay, but first, before we even clarify the moon, actually, I want to know, who is this King of Wands? Who is this person that's watching and then wants to communicate with this column? They're a Page of Pentacles. Wow. Well, I do feel like it's someone slightly younger than yourself. And look, it's a little crab. Interesting that it's the crab denoting a pentacle. Well, they're of the land and the water. So this is someone that can get around different environments. Yeah, they thrive in different environments. Okay. Well, in that King of Wands, he's in the desert. Okay. Also, crabs, they do get a little bit pincy. Those pincers, yeah. Cancers, in general, they're funny as hell and they're deeply loving, but man, do they have mood swings. I have some Cancer in my chart. I'm on the cusp of Cancer. My Venus is in Cancer. I can attest. So this is someone who's also very sensitive. They might get a little bit pincy. But, I mean, look at that. Look at he's like locked in. He's looking. But I feel like even though like they're all sensitive and whatnot, like they showed up with a flower where they're like, I know sometimes I lash out, I pinch, I get nervous, or I just go into my little shell, or I just run back into the ocean. But for you, I'm gonna bring you a flower with like a penny in it. That's decent. Okay, yeah, I think they're gonna be younger than you. But they're gonna teach you something. Okay. So what's with the looking? What's with all this looky-loo? They're watching you. Why? Why are they watching? The Ace of Wands. They're like all the aces. Well, they're hot to trot. Yeah, that King of Wands. Okay, so you got a fan. You got a fan in the crowd. They're bringing all the aces. We're just missing one. Oh, wait. This is called the Ace. So, the Ace, so then the Apprentice is the Page, and the Champion is the Knight. Okay. So we have a lot of pages, and we have an Ace. Okay. But we see their own evolution, too. So they may be younger, but, like, yeah, they're graduating in their own. We got Ace to the Apprentice to the Champion. Okay. Okay, well, at least we just know, like, what their intention is. Okay, so they're attracted to. So, the Champion of Swords, this weirdo skull on the outside, what do they want to communicate? The Two of Swords. Well, is that why the skull's on the outside of their head? And it always makes it look like, yeah, they don't have any eyes. And this one has like the scythe and an axe. I heard X. Axe, X. Going back to the 6 and the 7, because look, this one is 51, which equals 6. This is 61, which equals 7, and we saw at the beginning of the cards this kind of succession here. Both of you, see, look, the hands are reaching for each other, but we're seeing some like sharpness. Going back to the pinchy, it's like both of you have a bit of like stuff from your past that you bring to the table, but you both want to reach out. You both want to reach out, but there's like, yeah, okay, interesting. Okay. So they need to make a decision about communicating, but it's like they can't see. Yeah, it's like the communicating is a little bit challenging right now with this whole skull on the outside. It's like they can't see. Something's hindering. Okay, so what's hindering this communication? What do they need to make a decision about? The Magician, believing if it's possible. Okay, so this comes down to that self-doubt. So both of you, oh yeah, my voice just got all cracked. Both of you are battling a different form of essentially like low self-esteem, self-doubt. You don't feel confident, but for varying reasons. Not realizing that you have everything at your disposal to make this work, that anything and everything is possible, that you are limitless and boundless. What looks insurmountable is literally for some people a walk in the park. To most people, someone would look at something and be like, that is death. That is death. I'm an animal at the end of the day. This is like a guaranteed ending. Why would I go after this? Why would I even think to and then they do, and then they make it look effortless. Okay. How are you? Okay, let's find out a little bit. So, what's the Three of Swords about? Because you have an ouchie. The Six of Swords. And look, ouchie, central. That's lava. There are no toes left. We're seeing toes. Toes of the past. Because we all know if his toes were really touching, gone. Yeah, so you lost something. And this is the one where it's like you got eclipsed. You got eclipsed. See, and this is what leading to that low self-esteem. You might have lost some features, you know? I don't think, actually, but maybe. Maybe there was something that happened. Yeah, and it hurt. And you had to leave. Oh, it's the leaving. There's a belief system that says, you must have some kind of like childhood core wound that says like, love is forever. You have to make it work. But here's the thing, it takes two to tango. If you're with some ding dong with hot dogs for brains, or if like their behavior is so out of control, leaving is absolutely what's required. That is not failure. Leaving is a success. Either way, you're hurting. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so what's the Seven of Cups about for you? Is it just all those dirt-kicking snakes? Is it just like a pile of snakes? Do we have some substance stuff going on? Oh, the Tower. Ooh, mama. Ooh, I'm just seeing a big tower. Oh, just like what Yanya was climbing. Oh, but like a tower full of snakes. Imagine trying to climb up a thing, but then there's like a window every couple seconds with a big pile of snakes trying to, ew, clamor all over you and like hiss and wriggle all over you. Yeah, there's something here about a big tower of snakes. Ooh. That is challenging. Oddly enough though, what looks like fire is these soft petals. Okay, so something unexpected. Okay, what else is up with the tower to this snaky? Oh, to the Apprentice of Wands. So a Page of Wands. You have a lot of pages around you. I think this might be the issue. Yeah, you're running with people who are who are saying that they're kings, but they're showing up as pages and aces. And not the worst, but I'm not really seeing anything to indicate that they are what they say they are. And with this one, this is the one with all the mushrooms where I'm like, it's psychedelic. Yeah. Oh. It's not gonna be for everyone, but for some of you, I'm just gonna call it like I see it. There is some issue here with substance use, or the choices that you make. Oh yeah, remember how I was saying ovulating, but like it might be that like every time you go out and you meet people, it's when you've had a few too many, or you're at a festival and you're all psychedelic out where it's all like peace and love, but you're not actually seeing people as maybe like, yeah, you're not seeing. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put all these cards back in to get a bit more of an understanding here. Okay. So, is that King of Wands? Because also, just because they're attracted to you does not mean that they're for you. Is this person for you? Is this person in your highest and greatest good? Because I'm not really sure. Oh, well, they're the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 to the 10. And we see kind of this Ten of Wands energy with this resilience card. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but I just want more confirmation. Yeah, the Nine of Wands to the Five of Cups. I don't know. And look, it's old Porcupine, but he's like hiding in a tree. Oh, to the Five of Pentacles. To the Ace of Cups. Okay, hold on. How do you feel about this person? Because again, they might just be all... They might be in this state, and they see you because you're... Oh, is that what it is? Is that... You are. You're doing all the things now. You're taking that action. You've had realizations. Maybe it is around substance use. Maybe it's around the type of relationships you pick. Either way, there's something where you're like, you're making the connections and you're like, I got this. Like, I'm doing this for me. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to still kind of attract the old flavors of the past from yonder. Yeah, just because someone likes you. Yeah. And also, for all those people like, you're my soulmate. If someone comes up to you right away and they're like, you're my person, or I really think we could be soulmates. Like, also, that's a red flag for me. If you don't know somebody and someone is just like fresh off the streets, like professing, it's a red flag for me. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so how do you feel about this person? Because they do appear to be young. Oh, look at this, the Star to Strength. Well, they're King of Wands. They could be a Leo. But I see this as tears, and then we see this big eye, psychedelic eye, also crying. And this equals 8. This is 17, but that equals 8, and that's an 8. Huh. Well, you are attracted to them. You are. Oh, maybe you actually meet in some kind of healing modality because you're doing work on yourself. Maybe you're in a support group. Maybe you're in some type of, I don't know, some kind of healing modality. It could even be like a yoga class. I don't know. But you see this person, they do have a center stage. They're attractive. They are attractive. Okay. Okay. Let's just find out. Okay. Grandmama, real talk. If these two people start knocking boots, hanging out, doing their thing together, is this good? Yes. Ten of Pentacles to the King of Panties. Oh, and you know he's my favorite. He's beautiful. Look at those gorgeous eyes. And you know what? I was looking at these eyes. One of you could have very blue, crystal blue eyes like this. I think the person with crystal blue eyes, just like that, is going to be the slightly younger person. I think they actually could be a Leo, or a fire sign of some kind. Could be a Sag, could be an Aries. And going back to that crab, they might be a cusper. Like maybe they're a Cancer on the cusp of Leo. Or either way, their personality is such that they kind of rock between two kind of elements. So there's kind of this very nice balance of not just like all fire. Okay, but we do see like they come in with their own sadness. They're a wounded warrior. Okay. I think they're inspired by your healing. Just like what I was saying about watching a master. They might. And that's why they've been, oh yeah, because of the page. Yeah, they've been watching you. You must be a type of demonstration for people. That's the thing, guys. We don't realize that when we go out and just be ourselves, but like everything that we do for ourselves is always going to be a demonstration without us knowing the kind of impact that we can leave. Okay, so you're like, you're self-loving, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing your thing, you're learning, you're growing, you're trying new things, even when it hurts. So this person's been watching and learning. The Four of Cups. I didn't really have a question, but we're back to that energy. This could be their energy because they want to approach, because we see they've been watching, they want to communicate, but that communication card was with. So I think they're in the Four of Cups of like, they don't know how to approach. Okay, why don't they know how to approach? What's the ish? Yeah, because you're a big bad Leo. Big bad lion here. But this lion does look a little bit morose. Okay, Blue Eyes. Okay, Blue Eyes. You are a king of the castle here. Like, you're the Ten of Pentacles, you're the strength, you're the star, you're the King of Penties. Which is nice, because remember, I was like, I don't know, there's a lot of young energy here, but I think it's because everyone's starting fresh. Yeah, the voice is going. Look, Queen of Wands, look who's licking the lips. Oh boy, Blue Eyes. I mean, and you're attractive. Yeah, this person's really attractive, but also they're really attracted to you. And see, there's that sunflower. The sunflower's with the strength. And so with that Tower card, it was the petals that look like fire. What you don't see. Yeah, the elephant in the room. Oh, here this person comes. Yeah, licking the lips. Meow. Oof. Okay, but what are they going to communicate? Or like, what's not? Yeah, Blue Eyes. Okay. Well, at least there's like, you go from that Strength card and the King of Wands, but this is like, oh, into the High Priestess. Yeah, there's this like, all of this like quiet watching, but also like, it's heating up. It's heating up. Okay, so Blue Eyes. Oh, you do. You have such beautiful eyes. Or whoever this person with the blue eyes is, collective, who's coming towards you. I don't doubt that you have beautiful eyes. But this person in particular, I'm telling you, there's something about the eyes. Yeah, I can't stop looking at that little frog. He's got me. Oh, 6. And to the Queen of Penties. The 6 of Cups. Well, I feel like this person wants to grow old with you. All the stages, right? But because they had all that page and apprentice energy, I feel it's like they want to grow in all the ways with you. It's about like that maturing, and like when you watch Yanya climb that wall with her climbing partner, it's about doing it together, doing hard things together, right? Instead of going back to the idea of being a total team, when that's also what I love about rock climbing. It's so supportive. Even when when I was watching the Olympics, the speed racing up the wall, for one, exhilarating. I literally was like screaming in the streets yesterday as I was watching some stuff live, where I was like, we're not live, but from last month. Oh, it was exhilarating. But there's so much support to be like, that was fantastic. Like, yeah, there's something about doing really hard things together. And instead of being competitive about it, it's about literally pulling up, you know? You climb a little bit ahead and you're like, I got you. You got this. you know, and either you're pulling them up or you'd be like, put your hand over here, or like, or just cheering, like, you got this. Okay. Okay, so Blue Eyes, are you gonna communicate or what? What are you gonna do about this? What's your next move? Yes, 8 of Wands. And these are those Canadian geese. Oh yeah, here they come, honking. Here they come. Here they come. Beautiful. Okay, Blue Eyes. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say, Blue Eyes? 10 of Cups. Oh, and this is my favorite. I love when either wolves or foxes or dogs or anything of that kind. Yeah, you yip into each other's mouths. I love that. I love it. Yeah, like 2 little foxes. You're just gonna be jumping and playing and skipping around. Oh. Well, that's beautiful. I really didn't know where we're gonna go. Okay. That's really the message. Is collective. You've been working on yourself. You've been doing the work. You've been at it for a really long time. And without realizing it, you have been a demonstration for this person who's watching you. I think that you've shown them how to do, I don't know, something around healing, something about how to take care of yourself, or how to believe in yourself, or how to move forward. I don't know. Yeah, Blue Eyes. Okay, I am a little bit more Snoopy and Scoopy now that I know that you're not a son of a nutcracker. Oh, I just want to see, like, okay, let's see if we can get kind of like, I don't know, a bit more of a description in this one instead of like animals. Okay, just a quick Snoop and Scoops. Okay, Grandmama, tell me about this King of Wands, the Blue Eyes. Old Blue Eyes, he's probably a fire sign, just watching. Who is this person? Well, we're back to that Knight, the Knight of Swords. Well, they're a communicator. Right is worth the cost. Oh, you do it the right way. Again, all these elements, very balanced, but you're a communicator. Back to the King of Penties and back to that page. Oh yeah, you're successful, Blue Eyes. Whoever this King of Wands is, and like back to like a King of Pentacles, that's 2 King of Pentacles. They were the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. We have 2 pages, but this is that one, I love this. See, I think these are like self-help books too. Like this is someone who loves learning, who loves mastering. That even just like in those rock climbing where it's just like, you didn't quite get the hold and then you fell 20 feet and your arms, everything's burning. Your dogs are barking. Yeah, this is person who is always striving for more. Yeah, because look, they're wearing like the graduation cap. Yeah, they always want to keep elevating and evolving and not resting, excuse me, on their laurels. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we do, we get comfortable. We think, oh, I just did a whole bunch of work on myself, or like I figured it out, we're good. We're good until the day I die. I don't need to do another stitch of anything. Yeah, there can be a resting on the lawyer. Oh, I said lawyer. Laurels. Well, for some it could be. It could be a lawyer. We know we have, oh my god, if we get the Justice cards, we're gonna scream because we're oh yeah, we're in Scorpio season. That's why I couldn't film yesterday, guys. It was so magical yesterday. So magical. I almost couldn't even come home. I was walking till like past 11 p.m. I was walking and walking underneath the stars last night. And I could feel a presence. It was so magical last night. And I talked to the presence that was in the sky. It was, kiss the chef. Right there! Oh, I just knew it. Oh my god. Blue Eyes, are you a lawyer? Okay, you don't have to be. I know it's gonna be for select few, but I do know some lawyers in the crowd. That is funny. Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, the lawyer. Just watching. And going back to Yanya, you literally might have blonde hair and blue eyes. Not always, because again, I know I'm dealing with people all over the world. Not everyone has blonde hair and blue eyes, but like for some it really could be. Can I have an age range? I just feel like you're younger. I'm feeling like 9 of Pentacles. For some of you with this, what I keep referring to as the blue-eyed person, well, it's going to differ because whatever your age is, I do feel like they're going to be slightly younger than you. It doesn't have to be. It could be reversed, but for a lot of you, so like if you are in your 30s, they might just be a few years younger. So like if you're 33, they might be 29. There's something here about just a whisper, nothing crazy, always appropriate. Well, you're single as a Pringle, and we know you have money, so you're feeling great. Okay, but we also know that you also just came out of a shit storm. Yeah, you're like this little snail. See, you're confident, but like, look, you are just like, yeah, the rock climbing. See, way at topping, like, ooh, that's a long way down, but you know what? I'm gonna make the leap. Yeah, Queen of Swords, you're looking. Blue eyes. Old blue eyes. Potentially a lawyer. Potentially a Leo. Back to that King of Wands and to the King of Swords. Oh, look. I always notice this just because it's the fleur-de-lis, and I live in the province where the fleur-de-lis is like everywhere. You might be French. It doesn't have to be. It also looks like a fire poker. Yeah, you stoke fires. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. It's already too long. I got Snoopy and Scoopy, but like, wow. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Who's gonna be mad about that? Nobody. You made it the whole way. Just know. It's... What a ride. Alright, gang. Well, that was fun. That was really fun. Okay. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay golden. Go out there, blue eyes. Go get them. What are you waiting for? I know you're a boss. Get out there. Make a move.